Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Saturday morning live stream. I see we got a lot of the normal people in here. That's awesome. If you didn't notice, the contest was acting a little wonky, so if you didn't get a confirmation, you'll have to re-enter. Once you get that confirmation, then you're in the contest. So, our little friend Desert Reef Aquatics decided to not show up this morning, so I don't know where he is and if he's coming. So, oh well, I don't miss him anyways. Doesn't matter. So today we're going to be talking about automating sumps, and I got a lot of people asking me what that actually means. So we're going to kind of go over that. And man, I already got a thumbs up in 5 minutes. But we're going to go over kind of what you do to technically automate a sump, because for those that don't know, I am replacing both of my sumps. I've been having not really any issues with my sump, but I have two sumps right now. They work really well. But I was really hoping to get filter roller mats that are built in to the sump, because that would make things a lot easier for me. I have two Clarisy filter rollers, and one of them decided to just stop working on me, and I've already had the motor break on another one of them, and I'm kind of just done with them. They're really difficult to replace the roller mats on them, and I have to get underneath the stand and go and find them, and I just figured let's just get a sump and have the filter roller mat built into it. So I think that's going to be my best solution. And I'm really excited to put them in. I think I'm going to put them in tomorrow, and I hopefully will record it. So that'll be pretty cool. So today's giveaway is going to be a trigger system sump. And the one I'm going to be giving away is the Ruby 30. So that's a 30-inch sump. It's one of their basic sumps. Now, for those that are out there that want to possibly get a better sump and want to pay the difference for one of the better sumps, I am all for that. So if you want to pay extra to get a better sump, and I'll pay, for part of the sump, I'm fine with that for the winner. So yeah, we're going to be giving away a Ruby Trigger Systems Ruby 30 inch sump, and you guys can take a look at that on Bulk Reef Supply. They have them on there. Um, so yeah, he might actually come. I don't know where the hell he is, but I messaged him, and I don't know where the hell he is. So let's see. We got quite a bit already in the stream. We got about 49. Wow, and 39 people have already entered. Someone had asked how you enter the stream. Well, Dwayne, I think is your name. It says the directions on the description here on how to go ahead and do the contest. And if you have any questions, I'm sure some other people. Wow, look who I got. I actually got one of my coworkers on here. Ryan is actually joining the stream. I can't believe it. He doesn't have fish tanks, and he doesn't care about fish tanks, but he loves guns. So if you guys want to mess with him about guns, you can mess with him about guns, because that's what I do when I see him. So yeah, so Trigger Systems Sump giveaway today. Like I said, if you want to pay the extra to get the better sumps out there, or one that fits your your stand or whatever, of course I'm willing to do that. So hopefully Desert Reef gets his butt in here, because yeah, he makes the streams a little more fun. For those that don't know, later today, I don't know what time yet. I'll post it on my Facebook group, but I'm going to be on Neptune's Black Friday stream tonight. It's more, I think it's going to be in the evening, and I'm going to be on there too. So I'd like to see some of you guys there. If you haven't been on them, go and join me this evening. So, all right, so we're going to talk about a couple things regarding sumps and how you automate them. I know automating sumps sounds a little strange, but so there's a couple things that I do with my sumps, and I kind of wanted to go through a few things that I do with my sumps, and then of course answer some questions. And if anybody has any ideas, just let me know. Yes, Battle. I'm going to get a hat tonight. I've already said I'm going to get a hat. I'm sick and tired of not having a Neptune hat. The poison dart frogs are doing great. Thanks, Duke, for asking. They're doing wonderful. Also, the tortoise is doing wonderful. That's right. Philly won the shirt yesterday. It's awesome. Yes, I'm a fan. I'm an Apex fanboy. That's right. I wore a Coral View. What the hell? How are you in here and not on the stream? Get your butt in here. Oh God. You wanted to be on every week and somehow you're not on here. What the hell, dude? So anyway, I got a Coral View shirt too, Macy's daddy. Let me see if he messaged me, that punk ass. No, he didn't message me. All right. Well, he's ready here. Look, I have his little window ready to go, and it's empty because he's a lazy bum. So come on your phone. Who cares? All right. So I'm curious what other people are doing with their sumps. So a couple things that I do with my sumps is I have a lot of optical sensors. So I use a low sensor, I use a middle sensor, and I use a high sensor. And I recommend everybody out there, if you have an FMM or you have an ATK, or you don't have an Apex, let's say you have something else, my recommendation is always to have at least a low and a high sensor for obvious reasons. So my low sensor, of course, will alert me if my sump gets low. And I think it's wonderful to know when your sump is low. And that's one of the sensors I use for my sump for automating, let's say. And then, of course, I have a high sensor. And the high sensor, of course, being very important in case the sump was to get really high and you don't want it to overflow. So those are the two things I would start with when you get your sumps, is a high and a low sensor. Then, of course, I would do, with an ATK, that would be my middle sensor. So my middle sensor is actually where the water level is, and then my high sensor, of course, will tell me when something's bad and when low sensor is something bad. It's also really helpful for when you're doing maintenance, for instance. So if you do maintenance and you do water change, what's nice about the sensors is you can automate something like a water change, or you can automate something like I push a maintenance button on my tank, right? And then I do my maintenance, everything's off, and then I take water out of the tank, and then I turn the maintenance back off, and then I have my pump that's hooked up to my saltwater station just put the water in until that sensor is reached and fulfilled. So I think that's a really cool thing you can do too. I do use flow monitors on my pumps. I have a flow monitor on my return, and I have a flow monitor on my ATS. Yes, you can use breakout box for sensors. Yes. I use optical. I've never really liked float sensors. They seem to get stuck a lot easier than optical sensors. I've just had better success with optical sensors. Um, so yeah, I mean, if you go online, you're going to see a lot of different people doing all kinds of weird stuff with sensors. I love having the sensors. I do, like I said, I have a low sensor right next to my return pump, and then I have just one in the middle and then one right above that. Yeah, the sock sensor is really cool. That's a good one, Battle. I have filter roller mats, so I don't use socks anymore. Yeah, Doug, everyone, we're going to start over because Doug just got here. So, welcome to the Saturday morning live stream, everybody. Today's giveaway is I'm not going over everything we went over, Doug. Let's see. Float switches need cleaning and maintenance like anything else. That's true. Reefing with O, you do have to make sure that you clean them from time to time. I keep mine right in the return section, so it gets pretty clean because then again, that's way after the filter roller. So yeah, Dan, I use liter meters for my automatic water changes, but for manual water changes, I hook it up to my Vectra pump, and I have a coating that when I do a maintenance or water change, I just push a button, and then the Vectra just pumps water into the tank, and then goes up to the sensor and then stops, and that's really neat. Um, C. Mathis, I recommend put them in the return section because that's going to be the cleanest section typically in your sump. What about a high float sensor in the actual tank? I've thought about that before, with those rimless tanks and, a lot of other people that have had sensors on the top of the tank. Like I have a sensor, a high sensor on my Nano here because it's a little tank and it's an all-in-one. So that's a really good idea. If you could put one, of course, in a sump or something in the back, then that'd be good. Brian, yeah, my Vectra is on Mobius, but the Vectra is just plugged into power, so I just program it on an Apex outlet. Um, don't ever do that. So Justin had an interesting question. Don't ever put optical sensors where you dose calc, because calc will. Also, don't put your optical sensors near any place where you're dosing, because unfortunately, what will happen is it will 100% get calcium buildup on it over time. So don't do that. Float sensors would be better if you are using any type of calcium supplements or calc or whatever, because that will do better with calcification. Again, you got to check them from time to time. Optical sensors will just get calcium carbonate or whatever all over them, and then they won't work anymore. So that's not recommended. All right, Desert Reef, we're waiting for you, dude. Where the hell are you? Um, so let's see. So that's one thing I do. I do optical sensors, a lot of optical sensors. Of course, another automating feature of like an Apex or Hydros or whatever you're buying out there is leak sensors. I recommend anybody that's doing leak sensors to put a leak sensor on the left side and a leak sensor on the right side of the sump. I know a lot of people put leak sensors in the back of the sump, and I know a lot of people put leak sensors in the front of the sump. I have found that putting a leak sensor in the back, I'm sorry, in the sides, the right and left side, seem to do the trick. Because if you get a leak in the front, typically that water, of course, is going to go either left or right. At least in my case, I've noticed that. I don't know how true that is, but generally the water will get to the right or the left. So I recommend putting them on the right and left. Um, let's see. I'm looking at any other questions here. Yeah, there you go. High sensor in your overflow. That's pretty common. I think that's a great idea. Will optical sensors work in a skimmer cup? Absolutely, Luke. I know a lot of people actually do that. You got to be careful with optical sensors in skimmer cups and in skimmer vessels, because here's the thing: optical sensors are really small, right? So when it hits water, let's just say I'm trying to come up with the right way to explain this. So let's say your skimmer is overflowing, right? Once it hits that optical sensor, it's going to stop the skimmer, right? But there's going to be a good amount of overflow still going past when it hits that sensor. So what the recommendation has always been with sensors is to flip them upside down. So that way when the water hits it, that extra water that comes over will not, go over the cup. So a lot of people use float sensors in skimmers because they have that extra, inch to work with. If you use an optical sensor, it's going to be really close, and there's a good chance that the overflow will, go overflow. Did anyone try the rope sensor? I did, Don Dante. It works perfectly fine. Have you used a leak sensor that is a cord that you can run around the sump? I think that's Terry. Well, that's what we were just talking about, the rope leak sensor. I bought one from Carlview because they have one for their hydros, and I just looked out for the FMM. I cut the wire, the little cord that comes out of it, and it's just a 2-conductor cord, and it was a piece of cake. Yep, Samsung Smart Things, some water sensors also perfect. Yeah. What's up, Steph K? Yeah, I get a lot of people that tell me they don't like trigger sumps. They are a mass producer of sumps. Let's not sugarcoat it. Their customer service is kind of non-existent, but they make really good sumps and for a good price. And this way, you don't have to get someone to make you a custom sump. And I've had so many trigger systems sumps. I've probably had like 6 or 7 over the years, and I really love them. Steph, filter rollers are 100% worth it. So I recommend anybody that is interested in filter rollers to buy one. If you can afford it, buy it. Don't optical could only be mounted in a certain way. No, you can mount optical sensors any way you want. I mean, it really doesn't matter. The recommendation that I've always said for any optical sensors is to mount them upside down, because then the water is going to hit the top, and then when the water comes back down, instead of it, having water just how do I explain this? Instead of it having water at the bottom of it, it's going to have water at the top, and it's going to dry a lot faster, and it's going to trigger it a lot better. That's what I've noticed. If I flip them upside down, they work better. Um, let's see. Trying to follow the comments here. There's a good amount of them, guys. If I mounted optical sensor on the lid of the skimmer, could it defer the restart time to allow the cup to drain before? Yeah, I mean you can defer if you have an apex. Yeah, you can defer it. I still, I still am really concerned with doing that. Like I said, because once it hits that sensor, there's gonna be extra overflow going into that even if the skimmer stops, there's a chance that that overflow will continue and then overflow more. um, I don't know how to explain it, unfortunately. I'd have to show you. Yeah, Bashji makes some really quality products too. Expensive, but yeah, they make some good stuff. Let's see, I just had a custom stump made manifold to feed Clerisy. Um, no, Howard. The Clerisy is really going to only work with gravity fed from a drain. It's really not going to work if you're blasting water through it. There's a good chance. I mean, I have them, so I use them. There's a good chance that they'll just run out really fast doing it that way. Uh, what if you were harvesting pods in the sump? That's there's a lot of conversation about pods. Pods they're gonna survive a lot of things. I don't know. Generally, they will go through most of the filter rollers. Sometimes they won't. The larger ones won't. Uh, let's see. Yeah, see, Mermaid's Reef just kind of mentioned. It's hard for me to explain, Luke, what I'm trying to say, but there is going to be extraneous water, and if you put the optical sensor right on the top, it's going to probably leak. So my recommendation would be to get a magnet and put the optical sensor lower in the skimmer cup. That's what I would do, not attach it to the lid. Boy, do I have a lot to learn. Thanks for this stream. Dwayne, man, that's why I'm here, to help as many people as I can. Generally, we talk about automation, so I try to talk about automation. Even if they try to, yeah, the whole pod conversation becomes, everyone has their own opinion on it, and I don't grow pods. I never have. I feed Fido to my tank, and that seems to be enough. I feed my tank frozen pods and a few other different things. Um, yeah, that's what I have. Berkey Reef. I have a Triton 44. I'm actually going to put this new one in its place. Um, let's see. Yeah, skimmate lockers are awesome, John. I have two of them. And again, with the skimmate lockers, the same thing. Don't put the optical sensor right at the top, because generally skimmate lockers, you got to remember, the skimmer cup, let's say it starts to overflow, has a good, 2 inches of water still to drain into the skimmate cup. So if you have that optical sensor right at the top, it's gonna leak. So you want to make sure that filter, any type of sensor in any type of vessel, needs to be at least an inch or two from the top. So that way, when it shuts off, you have that extra space for any additional overflow. Um, let's see. Okay. Where is Desert Reef? He said he's gonna be on here, and he's not here. I'm sure you guys are missing him. No, Rick. My new sump is a trigger, a Trigger Systems Platinum sump. I just bought them. I was contemplating them for a long time, and they have a built-in filter roller on the top, which are really cool. Let's see. They make long net float. Yep, precisely, Jeff. Perfect. He's printing. Let's have an old Tide container hooked up to a drain. Yeah, see? Daniel, perfect. You need to have, that's the thing, guys. If you do any type of skimmate locker or skimmate storage, make sure that you give it a good 2 inches before the top. Because again, you want your skimmer to shut off, right? But if there's any additional skimmate or any additional water, it needs to have that extra space. Do you have to modify the sump to add a roller? Matt, not necessarily. So, Matt, they have a number of different rollers that just go inside the sump, kind of like a media reactor, and then you just have to plumb your drain pipe right into it. Most of them you don't have to modify anything. Harkins Aquatics, the filter rollers are 10 inches, so I'm pretty excited actually. Mark, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So I'm planning on doing them tomorrow with Desert Reef Aquatics. He's coming over. We're going to do it together. And I'm excited. We're going to do 2 of them, hopefully, knock them both out. I do plan to record it for a video. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. It's going to be a lot of work, so we'll see. How long should a filter roller last? Well, it really depends on your tank and how much you're feeding and how much, how much you're doing with your tank. So, for instance, my Thealing compact, which is quite small, lasts me like 2.5 months. The Clarices last, I generally have to replace them once every 2 months. So, and you guys have seen my tank, my 300. I have a lot of fish in there, and I feed them a lot. And those 2 Clarices, and I got 2 Clarices, they last quite a long time, guys. Yeah, if he doesn't bail out, he's not bailing out. Trust me, he's getting a free sump. Howard, I will let you know. I have the Trigger Platinum 39 sitting right behind me in a box. So I'll let you guys know if I like it or not once it's all set up. Do you happen to have a skimmer that creates lots of thick bones in a cup? Can you fool an optical sensor? It's a good question. Here goes the dumb camera. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if the foam would cause. That's a good question. I think the foam might be strong enough to push the float sensor, but an optical sensor, any water that touches it, it's going to trigger. The filter rollers all advance via float sensors typically. So yes, that's pretty much all of them that I have little float sensors inside. Is there an odor issue? There is zero odor from them. I don't know how it's possible, but yeah, it's amazing. Let's see. Desert Reef is so freaking lucky. You know what, John? He does a lot of work here. So he was talking about a better camera. Yeah. Let's see. What else, guys? So one thing also that you guys will see online is some of the sumps now have built-in algae turf scrubbers. So that's kind of cool. I've been seeing some sumps now with algae turf scrubbers built in, and yeah, I think that's another really cool idea. I have 2 algae turf scrubbers on my tank. That's what I use, and I love them. That's going to be the hardest part of plumbing these new sumps. Is I got to somehow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to drill some bulkheads maybe on the sides to feed the water through. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it, to be honest. I also really like, at least in my case, I bought these new Aquamass Sigma media reactors. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but I bought a couple to try. And the Aquamax Sigma is very similar to the Nios Torque, whereas it goes in the sump and it has a pump, a CJ pump underneath it, and it looks like it's really well built. So we're gonna see how it works, um, and I'm really excited to try those. Yes, C Mathis, they have a bunch of replacement parts. I found them online. Uh, Jeremy, I don't know actually. That would be a question for CoralView because that's made by CoralView or the company they distribute for. That's what Lou Beats was just asking about is the clear rollers. I don't I don't know much about them honestly. When they first came out, there was a lot of issues with them, but I'm being told they are pretty good now. Yeah, Steven, that's right. The Torque isn't a very good product. That's why I don't have it anymore. Actually, Philly has my Torque. I don't know if he even uses them, but I'm trying out the Sigma, which is kind of the new Torque, I guess, and I'm really excited because Aquamax. I think Aquamax makes some really strong products. Um, let's see. How about an auto skimmer drain container with auto drain when full? And I'm working on that. Wow, you're really going all out, Mark, with automation. Let's see. What is my experience with Aquamax products? Sorry. Like I said, I think they're fantastic products. I've had about three or four um, of their media reactors, and they are really well built. Um, if you guys want to wait, I can go grab the Sigma. So give me a second. I will be back, and I will grab that Sigma so you guys can see it. It's really cool. All right, sorry about that. Oh, all right, so here it is. See if I can get this in the stream here. So it's very similar to the Nios. So it's got I haven't put the filter the sponge on the top here, but this is the vessel that you put your stuff in, and it's got if you can see it's got a little O-ring on the top, much better than the Torque. You screw this off, and then the top comes off. And then when you fill it back up, you just tighten this guy down, and it tightens onto here. Very, very well made compared to that Nios. And then I haven't put the pump in yet, but the pump goes in here, and then this guy just screws onto here. And then if you look on the top, very similar to the Nios, it has an adjustment for flow. You just turn this, and this goes in the sump. So that's it. That's the Sigma media reactor. You guys can take a look at them. I bought it on Marine Depot. They weren't super expensive. I think the smaller one was $100. Or no, the smaller one was $90. And then the bigger one I think is $110. But what I really like about this is you can put it in the sump, and you don't have to worry about feeding off a manifold or anything. And like I said, this is really well made. I mean, this is very thick acrylic. It's well made. Dave, I have two of the platinum trigger sumps that I'm installing this weekend, so I'm excited to try them. And what I'm really excited about the Sigmas is now I can just swap them. So if I want to put GFO in, I just take the top off and then put GFO in. And then if I want to put carbon in or whatever the heck I want to put in. I just take this one out and put the other one in. So I'm really excited about having it. Josh, it does come with a pump. The Seche, it sits right, if you guys can see, it sits right here in the bottom, and then it just sticks right in there. So so we'll see. We'll see. The Nios torque is so the biggest issue with the Nios torque is the bottom section. So on the Nios torque, it's got this bottom section that just pops right out, and then all the media goes all over the place. Also, I've seen where the top of the Nios also pops off. So the biggest difference between the Nios and this one is there's actually a screw here to tighten this. So it's tight. It's not coming out. Whereas the Nios doesn't have any way of tightening it. Matt, I would definitely do 2 filter rollers. Depends on the size of your tank because I have 2 Clarices on 2 filter rollers. What do you all do for lighting automation on your sump? Yeah, Mike, I don't know if you've seen my videos, but I have a SmartThings hub, and when I have a little sensor that's on my door, when I open my door, I have a light turn on. When I close the door, I have the light turn off using SmartThings. Yeah, Garrett, it would be. I was just mentioning it as an example, but I have I have high phosphate, so I might run some GFO anyways just to get it down. Sometimes ATSs, algae turf scrubbers, if you have high phosphates, they do have difficulty growing. So sometimes you have to get your phosphates down. Yeah, that's a good one too, Dave. I have Amazon motion sensor LEDs in my shed outside, and they work really well. The only problem with those is the batteries don't seem to last very long. Having an actual fixture that's plugged into an outlet is better in my eyes. Yeah, Daryl, you can mention to people kind of what you've experienced with it. It's a really great design, but it's just very poor how they implemented it. Uh, Daniel, I do a reverse schedule on my algae turf scrubber, but no, I don't have lights turning on anywhere else. How do you have your auto light set up? I was going to do magnetic switches. So, Josh, take a look at. I did a whole video on Samsung SmartThings. Take a look at Samsung SmartThings. You buy a little hub, you buy a little outlet, and you buy a sensor. And they also have leak sensors too, and it will alert you if there's a leak. Very simple automation, really simple for me because all you got to do is literally open the door. It has a magnetic sensor, and then you put another wireless sensor for a light, and it turns it off and on. Yeah, like I think I said, Sigma was like $80. That's what I remember too, John. With Apex, yeah, there you go. Duke just had a good idea too. That's pretty common. People use those also. All right, where is that punk ass? He said he was going to come on. I'm texting him right now. When running carbon in a sump, would you switch a separate small pump rather than hassle the flow from the manifold? Um, I don't know. For those that are using manifolds, I find them to be so nice to have because then you can adjust the flow from the ball valve that's on your manifold, and then of course I have a flow sensor there too, so it makes it a lot easier. Uh, Lou, I don't know much about the clear roller mats to be frank with you. Maybe someone else can comment on them. I found them to have a lot of bad reviews out there, so I never really wanted to even try them. Uh, eShops has been around for a long time, Mark. I had an eShops wet dry, and I had that for a long time, and it was really quite nice. All right, that punk ass says that he's coming, so give me a second. I'm gonna message him. Let's see where we are. All right. Yeah, producer Reef just kind of mentioned what I mentioned earlier. I have found that the newer ones, from what I read, are much better, but I've never even reused them. Um, all right, let me see if this guy's gonna come on. John, he was fired a long time ago, man. Orange and gray fanboy, huh? I don't know who you're talking to. Yeah, so Daniel kind of made a good point. Most of my flow sensors and most of my um, manifolds have unions, so I can adjust them, and it makes it a lot easier. Do you have any tips of things to consider when you want to set up an auto water change system and your mix station is situated one floor above the tank? Nano Reefer, take a look at liter meters. For those that are not new to the channel, you guys all know how much I love my liter meters. I have 2 liter meters that do automatic water changes, and they send automatic water changes almost 100 feet to my 300. So well, John, I was going to talk about that when the punk ass gets in the stream because he's the one testing the hydros. we can let we can we, we can answer questions without him annoying us. No, I want him to annoy us. Where is that bitch? I sent him the link. Steph, if you contact me, I can buy one and ship one to you. Uh, Leader me actually not leader meter, sorry. Spectra Pure, they live. The office is literally 15 minutes from me, where they make everything. No, I haven't had a need to dose nitrate and phosphate. However, recently I've been trying to dose nitrate to reduce my phosphate with no prevail. So I'm working on a few other things. Um, I've got some ideas as to why I'm having a couple issues, but I'm not going to talk about that today. I sent him the link, so he obviously doesn't know what he's doing. And remember, he does install technology for a living, but apparently forgot how to use a cell phone. So we might not see him today, unfortunately. Is all this more towards SPS dominated tanks? Uh, I did send you the link. Oh, you punk. I don't know how to answer that question, Dwayne. I don't exactly know what you're asking specifically. Everything I do is I have a mixed reef, so I don't know if there's something specific for SPS that's any different than any other coral reef tank, with the exception of maybe lighting and flow. In terms of, balancing your nitrates and phosphates, you need to do that in any, reef tank. Let's get it. Yeah, not nutrient control is really difficult for a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I have trouble with nutrient control. Dude, I sent you the link now twice. Do I have to do it again? There, sent it again. That's late for the first day of work. No, Mark, he was here last week, so yeah. Who knows if he's gonna never be on here or is on there? I don't know. But he's already losing some brownie points. Although remember, guys, he's gonna help me tomorrow put in these new sumps, so I can't give him too much crap. And for those that are late to the stream, I'm gonna be on Neptune's stream this evening. I don't know what time it's gonna be yet. These are kind of surprise streams for everybody, including myself. I think it's going to be 6:30 Central Time. I don't know. So don't hold me to it, but I'll be on there. And for those that don't know, we are giving away a trigger Sump Ruby 30. And if you are the winner and you decide that you want a better Sump and you want to pay the difference, I am fine with that. I think the Sump is a $250 Sump, if I believe I saw. So that's what we're giving away today. What would you say is the most non-essential? Mike, you'll have to expand on that just a hair. I don't know exactly what you're asking. Um, it's Groundhog's Day for me right now. We're suspense of seeing if he'll be here or not. uh, Daniel, thank you so much, man. I don't know. I don't believe I've seen you in my stream, but we do this every week. I give away all kinds of stuff. Keep the PDA down. Dude, I'm going to be begging him for a hat. That's all I'm going to be doing the whole time. Desert Reef is non-essential. That's correct. He is 100% non-essential. Yeah, so Daniel, for those that are new to the stream, I see a number of new people. I buy everything with my own money. The stuff isn't provided to me whatsoever. Um, Again, it's important for me to give back to the community, and that's what I do. All right, here he is. Oh God. Hey, I see your. I see a. Oh, God, this is terrible. This is just awful. He's in his car, everyone, and he's not only is he in his car, but we can't see him because. Oh my God. Oh my God. It looks like he needs a hat. Mike, I'll take a look at your question in a second. I gotta fix this. All we see is your forehead, moron. Yeah, keep going. There we go. There's his ugly mug. Damn, you got some bad lag, and we don't even hear you, by the way. He could have been calling from the shower. That's true. Okay, so he's sort of here. Oh God, this is terrible. Look for car wrecks in Tucson. I don't think he's in Tucson. Uh, no, Mark, I'm getting the first Neptune hat. I don't care. I'm begging whoever won last night for the one that he gave away. Um, Luke, I think buying a Trident, regardless of how you're dosing, is essential because knowing your alkalinity is the most important thing in a fish tank. So I think having one, regardless of how you're dosing, is important. Any automated testing for alkalinity, an Alkatronic is a nice product. Um, pH directors and any way to know what your alkalinity is in a tank on a daily basis without having to do testing is very important. Um, so I hope that makes. He's not, Philly. He's not really doing anything. His face is just here. I mean, no one can even see him. I mean, hear him. Sorry, because he doesn't know how to use his mic, so no one can hear him. He doesn't even know that no one can hear him. By the way, he's so oblivious that he's even on the stream. Oh, what is he doing? All right, just let him do whatever the hell he's doing. Just ignore him. Dave, what about the reef bot? We don't talk about the reef bot on this channel. Uh, yeah, John, I kind of agree with you, but for the price, think about it, John. They're giving you alkalinity, calcium, and they're giving magnesium for the price, for sometimes half of the price of some of these other products out there. The Alcatronic's $1,000, right? The KH Director is like $900, right? So you're getting the extra two, even though you don't need them, you're getting them for a much cheaper price, right? Yes, if you could test them, and I've told them if they can test it different ways, that would be nice. So that way you don't have to waste reagents as much. But I see the benefit in buying it over any of the other ones. All right, this is what we're doing because he's annoying everybody. There we go. Okay. So now he's kind of part of the stream, but not really. There, you guys look at the coral instead. Yeah, he's got extremely bad lag because he's in a car, guys. What do you expect? Anyway, so I love that I can shrink him to the size of an Oompa Loompa. It's awesome. Yeah, Luke, the Hannah checker is a fantastic product, guys. That's what I used to use. But what if you want to be really lazy and not have to, not have to deal with it? You have a hitchhiker on the coral. Oh, that was good. We can't hear you. Stop talking. Unless you fix your mic, we can't hear you. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. That's all. We don't hear anything. Just mouth moving of nothing. All right. So anyway, where were we? Uh, are you related to Aaron? I am not related to Aaron. Never are we ever going to be related. He comes from a different gene pool for sure. Oh, he's gone. We lost him. Uh, that's not a bad thing. We can't hear him anyways. It's the new discovered reef pest. Oh, he's back. Oh, damn it. Hold on.
What now? Test.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Oh my God, you can hear me.
Oh,
Isn't that just wonderful?
I guess. But now they're hearing my echo.
I told you that I had to be at work this morning. I warned you that it was going to happen.
No, he's not in my car, Doug.
I am in the car that I bought off you, actually.
Oh, that's right. Doug, good call,
Oh,
man.
That's right. It is, in fact, the car that I got from you.
And he still owes me money for it.
Shut your face.
Have you been listening?
I've been listening the whole time, you son of a bitch.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
So you're coming over to put the sumps in, right?
I am. I will be there tomorrow morning.
Sweet.
Yep.
His audio is as good as last week. That was awesome.
Oh my God.
That was awesome.
I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I'm in my car. I'm driving. I got my headphone in. Yeah. All right. You know what? With the street.
Oh, guys, I can have so much fun with this. You have no idea.
Oh my God. Well, at least I'm here for some fun purpose.
Well, that's the only purpose, because no one listens to anything you say otherwise.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so we're talking about sumps and automating sumps. We got to get back on topic. What we're gonna say? What else can we automate in our sumps?
Well, I mean, we automate carbon dosing? We automate, I mean, we'll think about all the things that you attach to a sump. Kato reactors, that's some type of automating.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
So another thing we didn't talk about is Miracle Mud. So I run Miracle Mud on my tank.
oh, that's true, Miracle Mud.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of, I need to get Miracle Mud.
Anybody else running Miracle Mud in the stream here? You have some Aptasia in the bottom left of your screen.
At least all you can see is my head.
Yeah, so John brought up a good point. I want to mention this. So anybody that's interested in dosing into their sump, you want to make sure that you're dosing it either right into your return, so that way it has time to, you know, get mixed in the water real well. But if you don't have something like that, having power heads to break it up is a really good idea inside the sump. Uh, what would you not want to automate? That's a good question, Dallas. No one's ever asked that before in my stream. Uh, yeah, you guys got to hear me now. It's freaking because he's an idiot. Uh, yes,
How am I an idiot?
because we hear me twice now.
No, you how? You're in my freaking ear.
No, we hear it in the
Yes,
Bluetooth of your car.
I'm not on the Bluetooth in my car.
I don't know what the hell you're doing then, because it's not me.
I literally have my ear pod in.
Oh, yeah,
It's gotta be
you,
you.
you suck. Okay, let's see. Uh, yeah, I always run my skimmer 24/7. I don't know many people that run them on timers, but I run them 24/7. Uh, yeah, Philly, that's what I do. I have my Miracle Mud in these little containers, and that works really well. Yeah, that's what I'm using, Aaron. Nanotech blocks. That's what I have. Billable or not, I need to know how to control a non-Apex ready pump 24 volt that doesn't have. You can use the. I don't know what you're trying to. Just if you're trying to turn it off and on, that's easy. But if you're trying to slow it down, you're going to need a step down. You're going to need something that will do 0 to 24 volts, stepping down to 0 to 10. And I don't know of such a device. There might be a device out there. Let's see. Do you think what would be biggest problem switching out your sump? The biggest problem is going to be my plumbing. Everything's kind of hard plumbed, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to cut a lot of plumbing. Let's see. Someone had a question. What not automating, or what do you not automate? Huh. Man, you got me stumped because I just automate everything. I don't know, man. I can't even think of anything not to automate. I automate everything.
Yeah, I don't know of anything either because of the fact that even our protein skimmers are automated with auto shutoffs if we fill up our external containers. So I literally don't know of anything that you don't automate in the sump.
Right. Haha. I figured out what to do. I'm going to mute you every time I talk.
Okay, but I just mute myself every time I'm not talking.
Yes, but then you're going to get in a car accident, and then it's going to be my fault. And it's my freaking car. God dang it. Stop it.
My fucking car.
There we
My
go.
car.
All right, there we go. Your camera needs to be automated. Uh, yeah, Brian, I've actually been thinking about that. I've actually spoke to a lot of the algae turf scrubber manufacturers, and how nice would it be if there was a way to like take out the algae somehow, and when you take it out, it like have a device that just scrapes off all the algae, kind of like I can't think of it what those things are, but it'd be nice to just take the algae screen and just like stick it into something and then pull it back out and all the algae's gone. That would save you so much time. Oh my goodness. Uh, hey, that's right. The insurance should give me money if he gets in a car accident. Dude, kill yourself. I need money.
You fucking prick! Just kill myself. Like, yeah, killed myself in a car.
Boy. So Rick Campos, he's asking you because you have one. I gave you one. I think I gave you one. What's your experience with macroalgae reactors?
You never gave me a macroalgae reactor. I have those clear water scrubbers, the large and the small one.
No, but you had a Kato reactor set up at some point.
You gave me a Kato light, and I DIY made a Kato reactor.
Well, that's what they're asking about. That's what a macroalgae is. Macroalgae reactor.
It works great. I mean, at least for a little while. The problem with them that I found though is when you have a Kato reactor, unfortunately, other algae grows in there. So even though you have Kato, sometimes it can get overtaken by that green slime algae.
Uh, Someone said
Um,
that they're getting your swords when you die. Let's see what else people are getting.
I'll come back from the dead and fight you for them.
Yes, Del's Reef, these giveaways are definitely not cheap, man. For those that don't know, I know we have a lot of people in here that I've never seen before, so thank you so much for joining us today. All of my giveaways I pay for by myself. I don't get them to me from anyone. All of my YouTube videos are products I purchase myself. And I'm muting him. Let's see what else. So I'm gonna just say this, and I'm not gonna dwell on it, but I've been watching, I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately because a lot of us have been home, and it sucks, man, seeing these YouTubers just getting all this stuff that no one else can get, like a PlayStation 5. Like no one can buy a PlayStation 5, but all these YouTubers have a PlayStation 5. You know, for those that don't know, I'm into flight simulators, and there's a throttle quadrant that's impossible to get right now, and I see these YouTubers with them, and I just want to shoot them. Like I don't get it. you know, it's really annoying. I just wanted to mention that. I don't get anything for free. I don't ask for anything for free. I'm never going to call up a company and say, "Hey, I'm doing a review. Can you supply this for me?" And then everybody else who can't get it sees me have it. There's this guy, you guys should see this guy has a video on how impossible it is to get these new Nvidia video cards, right? And he's got like 20 stacked in front of him during the video. And I'm looking at him like, "You're such a prick, man. You got 20 of them, and your video is about how people can't get any? Like, what a jerk, man." Anyway, that's my spiel about YouTubers. Um, let's see. He's a guy who wanted to crash. I'm not even gonna mention that. Uh, you're gonna have to watch this back later. Oh boy. He wishes he wishes he was an Uber driver. Man, they love you, dude.
No Uber driver for fucking me. No way. No. I work enough as it is.
Yeah, so Garrett, that's all I was saying, guys. Listen, I'm on YouTube, right? I've been doing this now since February. I don't know how many subs I have, maybe 1,500, which is awesome. And I really appreciate all the support, guys. But you're never going to see me go, "Oh, look at this new Sigma that I got." No one can buy one. Sorry, but I have one. Just not going to do it. Oh, good job, John. All right, you're up, Aaron.
What? I can't see the chat. I'm driving.
You're up.
Of what? What am I up?
You should be watching the stream.
Well, I can't. I'm driving.
You should have a heads-up
I can't
display to show you.
I
Oh, that's
can't
right.
see.
It's my car. I didn't get that for you. Okay, they want to know how you feel about the hydros because you're the one that has it now.
So far it has been working okay. I mean, I have fiddled around with it a little bit here and there. And I mean, it's running like it's supposed to. I haven't had any issues. Setting it up was fairly simple-ish. The stupid Wi-Fi power supplies were obnoxious, but I
Yeah,
got
that's
them
what everyone's
working.
telling me.
Um, I got them working, both of them, the one that they comes with and the one from Amazon. Both work fine. I will tell you this though, they need to fix their documentation that they send with the equipment though. So, for example, you gave me one of the ATO system that they have for it, right? Well, in the ATO system, it only gives you instructions on how to hook it up to an external module, not to how to hook it up directly to the main unit.
Really?
So, yeah, so I had to figure that out. I mean, you can go online and find the information, but I mean, that's just that right there should be common sense to put in a pamphlet. It's a little piece of paper, little tiny piece of paper, shows you how to connect it to the module. Stick one in to show you how to connect it to the main unit.
Hmm. Well, guys,
Um,
there's his 1 minute of fame about the hydros. Muted. No, not looking for street, just learning reef skills. Awesome, Johnny. Yeah, you can't enter the contest anyways. It ends after 45 minutes. Um, should Carlos build a hydros to apex control? Ooh, maybe. I I don't know. They're completely different systems. I don't see why I would ever need my apex to control my hydros and vice versa. I mean, I just don't see the point. I mean, maybe if I wanted my hydros to control my trident. I mean, that's maybe the only thing I'd ever want because the trident is such a good piece of equipment. But if I had a trident, I would just get an apex, right? I don't know. Hey, moron, Coral View is on here, so they heard your comments. So they said thank you. They will look
yeah,
into
no.
that.
So, well, hold on. So, look, like I said, so far everything that I've used with your equipment is so far really good. The interface is good. The setting it up is really nice. Controlling things really well done. I even like that when you send the pH sensor that it comes in a container of the fluid. The ones I get, they have that stupid little rubber grommet on them, and that's the extent of it. So better quality pH probe. But again, just better documentation of how to connect the devices to the main unit, because most of the time you're going to set up a main unit. I only have this on a 55-gallon tank. I don't need to spread a bunch of stuff out everywhere. So anyway, I just right now so far the only complaint I have is better documentation.
Okay. Well, yeah, Philly. Yeah, I know they're not going to do that. I was being hypothetical. Because I can't see the reasoning for having a Hydros talk to an Apex and vice versa. I just don't see the need. Steph, I'm going to be doing more GHL guides. This is the busiest time of the year for me right now, so I've been trying really hard to get work done. I have a lot of Hydros programming videos coming. I do have one or two GHL programming guides coming. However, for those that don't know, GHL is really difficult to program. So it takes a long time to program um, the GHL, and I'm still learning myself. I don't want to put out videos on things that I don't quite understand yet because I don't think that'd be appropriate. Just like the Hydros, it's so easy to program, so it's really not difficult for me to put out a video on it. Um, but we'll see. Let's see. So we're at about an hour, guys. We're gonna get going here on the contest. Thank you, Aaron, for not coming on time. I appreciate it. Maybe he'll come on time next week. Who knows?
I will be here next week on time.
You
Again,
know,
as Jared said,
I have a
hey,
stream.
hold
I have a
on.
stream tonight too, by the way, and
Yeah,
hopefully you
I'm gonna
show up.
I will be there. But I was telling you, just as busy as you are, I'm just as busy right now. It
No
is
excuse.
the
No
winter time for
excuse.
us.
No
Like,
excuse.
fine.
I'm here
Well, God damn it, but you don't work the weekends. I do.
because I'm smart.
I'm coming to work for you tomorrow into the weekend.
We're not working. We're hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out as I'm plumbing in 2 new sumps to your systems.
And I'm helping ish.
You should put a pipe over there.
Shut up. All right, here we go. So today, again, the winner is going to be, sorry. The device is going to be a Ruby 30 Sump. Again, if you want to get something a little better, just contact me and let me know what you want, and we can, go through figuring out how much money extra it would be, okay? So thank you everybody for coming today. Again, I'm gonna be on later this evening too with Terrence. So hopefully it'll be fun, and hopefully I can get myself a hat because I want a hat really bad because I actually wear hats. Unlike Battle or OCR, he probably doesn't even wear hats. No one can hear you. You're muted. Okay, so you're not getting a hat. All right, so the winner of today's Ruby Sump. We got 67 people that entered. That's awesome. Awesome, guys. Thanks to all the new people that showed up. I really appreciate your support. Again, we're gonna get better and better with all kinds of cool stuff coming out. I got all kinds of videos planned when I have time. Next week I'm taking off work, so hopefully I can do them next week. Someone had a question. I don't know what time it is tonight, honestly, guys. Me and Terrence haven't figured it out, but I'll know hopefully soon. I'm told it's probably gonna be 6:30 Pacific time, from my understanding. I don't know if that's true though. So, okay, here we go. The winner today is Terry Hillcock. Terry Hillcock, I think is what it said, right? Hillock? Hillock, sorry. So, Terry, I didn't see you really participate in the stream today, which is part of the contest requirements. I don't even know if you're here, but let's find out. So that is the winner of today's Ruby Sump. But again, I'm pretty stringent about my rules because I give away some pretty expensive stuff. I don't remember him being part of this, but I could be mistaken. Oh, I remember him. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, he asked a couple things. All right, cool. So Terry, give me a holler on Facebook. That's the way to get a hold of me. I'll put in my name here and get a hold of me, and we'll get that Ruby out to you. Thanks again, guys, for coming. Really appreciate your support. And yeah, have fun. We'll see you guys later tonight, probably. And bye-bye to Idiot.